Right, morning. So we are in field 3 and I've just got the Lemkin 4 for a plough on the 185, turning some land over to get some leeks ready. So this whole field is about 11.5 acres, 12 acres, be fully planted with leeks in the next couple of weeks. So it's been mucked, it's been tilled, it's been subsoiled, nice and level. Drains have been sorted out, so now just about getting it turned over. I'm only going in about 11 inches, only so shallow. Don't need to plough it too deep with leeks. So get it all turned over. I'm about halfway now. We'll finish in the next couple of hours, and we'll show you the finished product. Still at 6 fields. Got a big dog of a subsoiler here. It's 7 metres, 9 legs, fair machine, but it comes at a fair weight as well. And the only thing that'll pick it up is the crawler. Now I've got a 38 acre field to work. I've got this big thing. I've got a big tractor available, so may as well use it. The only issue we've got is last time we did use it, we haven't really got any pins. We can't find any pins or source any pins that are big enough, because we've chopped the Cat 4 arms off the crawler to make them Cat 3 to fit everything else. Cat 4 just being a bigger size. This machine's basically made for Cat 4 arms, balls, pins, whatever you want to name it. All the pins are dead slack in the holes, which means every time we pick it up, it bends the pins. So that's like an aftermath of if you can see, I'll put it there. The Pin Bender 3000 is what it is. The main issue we've got is this top link pin. Snapped the top link last time, so this ball's stuck in. So it's bent right in the middle of the ball, and that won't come out. So we're gonna, Nathan here has gladly or kindly volunteered to hold the pin on there while I hammer it to bits with this, and hopefully don't miss.
Or you can start the car now.
I'll hit it gently to start with. Off the left hand as well. I'm not so good on my left hand.
I see something.
Oh! Moving that, no. No? Moving? Yes, no?
Give me one more.
No? I don't want to get too much of a swing on it, because if I do miss and hit his hand, that'll be the end of me. Try and bend that there. So we had that. That's all. If I can get that. Shot. That was on the money, weren't it? Oh, lad. On the money! We need a bigger pin. Bottom and top all the Cat 4s. They're massive for your sort of Cat 4 balls. Middle one's Cat 3, so that hasn't got as much slack. That size of pin isn't going to last 2 seconds. It will just shear it off as soon as you pick it up. To be fair, we're only needing it for that 138 acre field, so we're not spending 2 days subsoiling it. Like, you could honestly do it in about 3 hours with this. Well, we've got loads of them pins, but I'm saying, like, you could do with the thickest pin you could possibly get through. Oh my god, that is heavy as well. You could do like the thickest pin you can get through that top link, which just ever so slightly bigger than that. That's what we need. But then he didn't have one, did he? They're the same as them, aren't they? That's the same. I think that's all you get. That's like the biggest Cat 3 pin that you get until you get into Cat 4. But then you get a Cat 4 pin. That's to go through them then. Obviously, we can't fit that through top link, so. Small price to pay for working a bit of ground. Bloody heavy, this thing. We haven't used it in about 12 months. So hopefully the pipes are all working and not cracked. Get it on, see how it performs. Building the relationship back.
So last week we did guess the price of a drain jetting nozzle and a bit of hose. So the actual price of it was £272. So congratulations to Martita, you guessed at £250, so you were the closest. So we'll be in touch, we'll see what colour beanie it is you're after, we'll get your address and we'll send it out to you.
George is coming with the crawler now to come pick it up, the 8RT that I used to harvest with. We've taken it off the harvester to do a bit of groundwork. And we thought, wow, we've got this big machine, that big machine, may as well put them together and get plenty done in a short space of time.
Field we going to?
19, field 19, the big 38 acre that we saw last week. But just got to mind out that it doesn't snap, because actually the last time I did use this, was I coming back? I was coming back from a field, coming back to Six Fields from working it. Went over a bump with the crawler, and because the top link pin's slack, it swayed forward, banged back down, and then snapped off and sheared the top link, sheared the pin, just dropped onto the road. Jesus, it was a mess. It was hard work to get. I had to hydraulically drop the back rollers just to try and get the feet off the ground, back it into a field. Left it there for like 3 months. So we've just got to be careful with that. I think I can hear George now. That IVT just whistling away. I can hear it a mile away. Which I should do, to be honest, because I drive it every day. He bought them 2 lathed ones, you know, that are thinner at one end and thicker at the other. They don't reach through to put a clip pin in it. I'm not having this thing drop off again, lad. It's a mess. He did it with me and nearly took the road up.
Said he bought a big pin that would fit.
No, he bought them 2 that were out the scraper. The thick and...
He'd been to Nigel Quinn's and bought a big one.
No. Because basically he took the top link with him, and he'll have been like, well, give us the biggest pin you've got, which will be a Cat 4, which doesn't fit. It's just a big Cat 3. But that's the issue we've got. It's a massive top link with Cat 3 ends, which is suitable for the tractor, but yeah, they're both Cat 3s. But then we've got a Cat 3 hole there, which is fine. You just need a big pin to get right through it. But the pins before wouldn't go far enough through to get a clip pin in. So I'm not taking it without a clip pin, because it will just bounce out.
Daniel's here now, these are 2 not brought one.
I'm hoping so.
What are you hoping for?
That Daniel's brought a pin.
Brought a pin?
Why
don't Thomas bring one? Nathan was bringing one.
They brought them 2 lathed ones that were in the scraper. You know, the thin at one end, thick. It's not long enough. Right. Balls up. Daniel's gone back to the yard. He's going to find 2 big pins, clip pins, that fit both ends. Because we've got such a mix-up, especially with this machine, of Cat 4 and Cat 3. We're just going to stick to Cat 3. Hope they don't snap. They will bend. It's inevitable they'll bend, but let's just hope they don't snap.
What did you do there, Dan? What did you sort?
Pins. Big.
bit of time now, that.
I've got what should be round the neck, round the belly. I'm thinking,
Winnie.
she's put some weight on this one. Meet Winnie, the working cocker. She's this is her first time she's been out since she's had her second jab. So it's all very new to her. She's getting used to it though, getting around the machinery, keeping the tractor and that with us. Yeah, so you'll see her on a lot more of the videos. She's even got her own little Malbro jacket on. And if you can see it there. Cracking little thing. So George had come in with the 8345 RT crawler and he had the 9-legged subsoiler on the back of it, and we're in the field now. That Sam grubbed last week just to get a bit of air to it and to loosen it up a little bit and dry it out. So the plan was to come in with that subsoiler, go diagonally corner to corner and subsoil it with a packer roll on the back, get ready for us to then come in with the plough. So the subsoiler that we've got there, we purchased that off a farmer who had a quad track, a case quad track, and that had no issues picking it up, and it worked great on that because the swivel legs, which is perfect for obviously the crawler, so that when you're turning the legs will move as well. The issue with that we've got is if it's dry land and you're subsoiling on it, works great, no problem whatsoever. But if you've got slightly harder, stiffer ground like which we're on here, George has sunk the legs in as he's setting off. It's just pulling the front end of the tractor up. He can't sink them into how he wants to do. So unfortunately it's not going to work. We are going to have to go back to the drawing board with that. We plan to sell it or to adapt it. The only thing we can really do is obviously put it on a set of axles and turn it into a drag, which I think's not impossible. I think it's something that we actually probably will look into doing because it is a really good set. So what we're going to have to do now is the only other subsoiler that we've got is a 3-legged, quite substantially smaller. So we're going to have to get that, and George is just going to be in this field a little bit longer than he wanted to be. So my plan now is, while the lads are going over there to pick up the other subsoiler, when we were ripping the ground up, while Sam was ripping the ground up last week and we were collecting the bricks, there was just one circle, one spot that was really wet, and we didn't want to travel through it with the tractor and obviously push the bricks further in. So what we thought was let it dry out. Now it has dried, we've had some really good weather. I'm just going to run through it, just skim over it ever so slightly, because the bricks that have been buried with a bit of soil there, I just want to loosen them up, bring them to the top, and then we're going to go back with the digger bucket and we're just going to throw them in again. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now, and take you in for a ride. A week on, we're back to it. Fuck's sake. When George was pulling in the field, just come over to his wet hole here. He has the lift some of these bricks out of here. Yeah, sound, will he? Will he? What? Radio 1 on, heater on, pint in hand, happy as Larry, talking about well, I told you about bending over that in front of me. That's that size, mate. A lot of the smaller bits we're not going to be able to get. My good old ginger friend here fell straight into the ditch on the first drain this morning. So I offered him my wellies, keep his feet nice and warm. So yeah, keep an eye out for Winnie, you'll see her around. If you haven't already, like, subscribe and follow.